For consideration today in Beaumont, the plans that could mean upgrades for city parks and a reduction in crime.
Plus, Central Mall in Mid-County is getting a facelift. The new business is calling the mall home and what it means for economic growth here in the 409.
And a shakeup for sports programs at schools across the Golden Triangle. We break down the new UIL realignment numbers and what they mean for your favorite high school teams. 12 News Daybreak starts now. I'm starting to love that music.
It's growing on you.
All right, y'all. Thanks for waking up with us here on 12 News Plus. I'm Tia Johnson.
And I'm Mark Armstrong. It's 7 o'clock right now on this Tuesday morning. So let's go ahead and get a first look at your weather with meteorologist Jeff Gerber as we take a quick live look outside from our Roofing 911 Live Skycam network, looking at Port Arthur, looking like a nice little morning out there. Jeff, what can we expect for the rest of the day?
Looking at some rain today, so you'll need the umbrella. So make sure you grab it before you head out the door. You probably won't run into rain this morning, but you will maybe this afternoon on the way home, and then this evening it looks like a pretty good chance as the front will push through later on this evening. Right now, though, ahead of the front, we're a lot warmer this morning, about 20-25 degrees warmer than we were yesterday at this time. Yesterday we were in the 30s and 20s, now 50s and 60s. 61 in Silsbee, 61 also in Port Arthur. Beaumont's at 59 as well as Orange, 56 Kirbyville, 57 Woodville, and then 57 in Jasper. Outside, we have a lot of cloud cover. There are a couple of showers that have popped up here and there across the area, but the coverage is around 20% at most, and the showers are very, very light. As we go into later on this afternoon, we'll start to see those rain chances increase. As I mentioned, they could be as high as 80% as we head towards later on this evening. Temperatures will be in the 60s for most of the day for today. After today, a little bit cooler and drier. And then as we get towards the weekend, looks like we'll see a very nice warm up. We'll have your 7-day forecast in weather in just a bit.
All right, Jeff. Well, developing in Beaumont, the body of an elderly man found on a lot yesterday across the street from St. Anthony's Cathedral Basilica downtown.
Judge Ben Collins Sr. says the man was 75 years old. Police and firefighters were sent to the lot just after noon yesterday for a welfare check. Beaumont police have not said if they suspect foul play, only saying the investigation is in its early stages. This is a developing story. We will keep you updated if and when we receive more confirmed information. Meanwhile, a Galveston man has been sentenced to 6 years in prison after pleading guilty to injuring an elderly woman in an unprovoked attack.
Yeah, this happened in Port Arthur last May. Court records, they show 43-year-old Avery DeSalle. He appeared to be in some sort of medical distress when the 66-year-old woman who was walking to her apartment using a walker offered to call for help. Investigators say DeSalle became angry when she said that that was all she could do for him, and he hit her. He is still in custody after being sentenced.
A Beaumont man faces a felony charge over a domestic disturbance. Officers were called to the 2800 block of 7th Street Sunday, where they say 30-year-old Dondre Blewett was found holding a gun to a woman's head. According to a probable cause affidavit, the woman told police Blewett strangled her before pointing the gun at her. He was arrested and charged with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. Beaumont City Council is set to consider 2 major funding requests later today.
Yeah, that includes nearly $2 million for Alice Keith Park. Council members are going to vote on whether to apply for a $1.9 million grant through Texas Parks and Wildlife. It was sponsored by State Representative Christian Manuel to upgrade the park with new playgrounds, courts, fields, pavilions, restrooms, and even a computer lab. It's all designed to improve recreational opportunities for residents. The council also to consider applying for up to $115,000 in federal justice grant money that could possibly help support the mayor's new coalition that aims to reduce violence in Beaumont.
If you're interested in serving on Beaumont ISD's Board of Managers, the TEA is giving you more time to apply. The application deadline has been extended to February 18th. So far, 67 people have applied. 58 of them live within the district. 9 live outside its boundaries. According to the agency, people who live outside BISD can still be considered. Now, this is a big week for Texas families hoping to use the new voucher program to send their children to private school.
Yeah, starting tomorrow, parents, they can apply for the new Texas Education Freedom accounts. If accepted, each student would get up to $10,000 a year for tuition and expenses, while students with disabilities can receive up to $30,000. More than 1,500 private schools they've enrolled so far, with many encouraging families to apply. Applications, they must be complete by March 17th. There's more information at educationfreedom.texas.gov.
Switching gears now to the latest on 5-year-old Liam Ramos and his father. A federal judge raising constitutional concerns after ordering their release. They're now back home in Minnesota after spending more than a week in an ICE detention center in Dilley. But there are major legal issues at the heart of this case.
An immigration attorney now weighing on those issues and their potential impact beyond Texas. Zach Briggs with our sister station. He has the latest.
San Antonio immigration attorney Carlos Castaneda says the federal judge's order reaffirms judicial oversight in immigration enforcement while shining a light on the struggles of individual liberties and executive power.
This judge is saying that this moment involves major constitutional issues that are being breached.
The federal government claims Liam Ramos and his father entered the country illegally in 2024. While the family's lawyer argues the Ecuadorian migrants came to the U.S. seeking asylum, which allows them to remain in the country. The judge's opinion criticized the government's reliance on carrying out administrative warrants, calling them constitutionally insufficient under the Fourth Amendment.
And this order did specify that if either of these respondents are detained in the future, then they must have an individual immigration bond as per normal.
It's still unclear what the long-term future holds for Liam and his father, depending on what happens in immigration court. Meantime, Castaneda thinks the worldwide attention that Liam's case received may have sped up the legal process for the release. At the same time, he does not believe it will significantly impact other cases involving migrants across the U.S.
I've seen other cases regarding the same form of relief, a habeas corpus petition, that have been adjudicated in the course of 1 or 2 months. I won't say that this is going to necessarily change things overall, but it is a reflection that many individuals in the federal judiciary do see some of these actions by the executive branch as excessive and not law-abiding.
Zach Briggs, KENS 5.
And here at home, Central Mall in Mid-County getting a facelift. 3 new businesses. They're now calling the mall home. And the new owners who just took over the mall 6 months ago say that it has been busier than ever. They went right to work to bring new life back to that space.
And there's now more foot traffic for all the other stores at the mall, with more people coming to check out what's new. 12 News reporter Daniela Tabarra-Palau has more.
It's new growth, new ownership.
Southeast Texas businessmen Joe Arif and Sultan Jasani took a leap in July by purchasing Central Mall, and they went right to work.
I would love to, paint the entire inside of the mall, fix the parking lot completely. We did do some of it initially when we first purchased it, and I just want to complete the entire parking lot to where, there's no potholes or anything like that.
Mall goers like Ashley Lynch say she can tell a major difference.
I'm just very glad to see everything coming back to life around here.
In just the past few months, 3 new businesses have announced they're moving in. Five Below, Altitude, and Cece's Pizza. Cece's is the first to fully open, and the support has exceeded expectations.
The response has been phenomenal. We expected it to be good, but we were pleasantly surprised with how well we were received by the citizens in Port Arthur.
Arif says it's not stopping there. 3 new shops are coming soon. He was not able to name names, but gave a few hints.
And we have 3 other large national retailers that we're in heavy talks with, and one of them will take the entire Sears space.
Lynch is already dreaming about what she'd like to see next.
I think we would all love to see an Ulta and maybe an Old Navy. Those are probably my top 2.
No matter what stores move in next, she says the biggest win is having more options closer to home.
You make more of an effort to come and kind of shop local. It's less travel, and it's easier to meet up with like your friends and family just to do something kind of local and give back to your community.
Arif says you can also expect a bigger food court, hinting at a new burger place, a pretzel company, and an ice cream / juice bar. We'll keep you updated on these new hot spots as we learn more and grow hungry talking about it.
409 Sports, brought to you by Golden Triangle Emergency Center, Orange.
The UIL has released new realignment numbers yesterday for the next 2 years, covering football, basketball, and volleyball for classes 1A to 6A. So what does this mean for local schools and their sports programs? Well, 12 News reporter Derek Jones, he's in studio breaking it all down.
Mark, this is something that happens every 2 years. It affects schools right here in the 409 based on school size. It means some teams have different opponents from now on. Classifications are determined by enrollment figures submitted by schools, with 6A at the top of the list for schools with 2,215 or more students. On the football side of things, the Port Neches Grove Indians and the Nederland Bulldogs have been moved to Region 3, District 10. That means they'll battle Baytown Lee, Dayton, Galena Park, Santa Fe, and Texas City in district play, and will face opponents from District 9 in the bi-district playoffs. In 4A Division 2, the Hardin-Jefferson Hawks will fly back home to a tough district. Hampshire Finette, Jasper, Shepherd, Silsbee, and the state runner-up West Orange Stark Mustangs will all fight for 4 playoff spots next season. If you want to check out the full list, our 409 sports director Brandon Roddy has it all on his Facebook page. Good luck to all the area teams next season. In studio, Derek Jones, 12 News.
All right, tonight on 12 News at 10, AI, it's changing everything, even the justice system. Lawyers, they're now using artificial intelligence to sift through mountains of evidence, but what if the information they get back isn't real?
We're seeing judges issue orders prohibiting the use of AI.
We're talking about fake documents, false facts, and courts scrambling to keep up. A former federal prosecutor and tech attorneys are weighing in. A powerful tool or a risky shortcut? Cameron Birch says she's sharing the truth about AI in the courtroom tonight at 10, only on 12 News. Coming up next on 12 News Daybreak, new provisions mean new tax changes this year. What you need to know before you file. Plus a dirty Super Bowl ad and an unappetizing new McNugget meal. Your trending news is coming up. Your time is 7:11.
To the spot welders and forklift drivers, to the pipeline technicians and plant operators, to the chemists, custodians, and contractors, and the engineers, pilots, and wellhead pumpers. To the people working day after day, keeping our Power City rolling, 12 News is telling your stories.
Extended the temporary restraining order.
When industry news breaks, we're on the front lines, digging into the issue, filtering out rumors, and giving you the facts direct from inside sources.
Lamar is working to protect Power City from hackers.
Taking on the story from all sides and all angles with award-winning coverage.
The company filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy.
Southeast Texas is a power city, and we're bringing the power to you. 12 News, putting Southeast Texas first.
As Texans, we have many reasons to be proud of the Lone Star State. Showing our pride by saying, "Don't mess with Texas," means we gotta step up, walk the walk. Do our part to keep Texas clean. Because after all these years, all these miles, all these traditions, for all us Texans, don't mess with Texas means don't litter.
It's time to honor our local educators with the 12 News Golden Apple Awards. Once a month, 12 News will surprise an educational staff member who has gone above and beyond to make a positive impact on the lives of Southeast Texas students. Nominate your educator by going to 12newsnow.com/Golden Apple to do your part in showcasing the heroes that make a difference both inside and outside the classroom. The Golden Apple Awards every month on 12 News.
From Dallas to Houston, San Antonio to Austin, it's the news that moves all of Texas. Texas News Now. One power-packed hour with enough Texas news to fill a 10-gallon hat. Your top headlines, weather alerts, and big travel updates. No matter where you're headed, across town or across the state, we've got Texas covered. Texas News Now, weekdays noon, only on 12 News Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free.
Well, it's tax time, and this year, even if nothing changed, your return might. New provisions, they are now taking effect, including changes for parents, tips, and overtime. ABC's Michelle Franzen is breaking down what you need to know before you file.
It's tax time, and while tax season comes around every year, filing this year may look different than last year. New changes from President Trump's One Big Beautiful Bill Act are now taking effect. For parents, a boost in the child tax credit. It's increased from $2,000 to $2,200 for each child under 17. Tipped workers will also see a major change. The law eliminates taxes on tips, allowing eligible workers to deduct up to $25,000.
The IRS anticipates there are approximately 6 million eligible workers that can take this deduction. So we want all of them to take advantage of this new tax deduction.
Hourly workers who earned overtime may also benefit with a deduction up to $12,500. For those who sell goods or services, there are new rules for digital payments. The reporting thresholds for Venmo, Cash App, and other third-party payments has been raised.
Form 1099-K has been increased for payments made by third parties from the $600 back to the $20,000, and from no minimum number of transactions to more than 200 transactions.
Bought a new car in 2025? The law adds a $10,000 deduction of interest paid on eligible auto loans. Crypto traders also face a change. Digital asset transactions are now reported on a form called 1099-DA. All gains and losses must still be reported whether you receive the form or not. And a significant benefit for seniors.
Anyone over 65 filing a tax return gets an extra $6,000 deduction on top of their standard deduction or itemized deduction, just for being 65 or older.
And one last tip. Before you file, do your research. Michelle Franzen, ABC News, New York.
Mostly cloudy skies across the air. We'll continue with these clouds through the day as we're waiting for a cold front to push through southeast Texas. It won't actually come through until later on this evening into the first part of the overnight. So most of the day is going to be kind of clouded over, but we'll still jump up into the middle to upper 60s for highs for today. Here's a look up towards Jasper. This camera brought to you by Provalis, part of the Roofing 911 Live Skycam network. As we look at temperatures right now, generally 50s, but there are a couple of 60s as well. 61 in Silsbee and Port Arthur, then 59 in Beaumont and Orange, 55 in Kirbyville, 57 Jasper, 57 Woodville. Cold front is working its way through parts of West Texas right now into Oklahoma, and it will be arriving here, like I said, later on this evening. Out ahead of it, we've been seeing a few spotty light showers. This stuff's real light, maybe even some of it not even reaching the ground. Here's a closer look at radar, and you can see just a couple of showers here and there. Probably a little bit better cluster of some rain in between Lumberton and Nome. So if you're driving down 90 or maybe down 105, you might run into a few of those showers for this morning, northern parts of Jefferson County, southern parts of Hardin County there. But overall, there's really not a whole lot of rain out there, and we'll see these spotty showers through the morning. It's really this afternoon into this evening that we'll see a better chance of rain. You can see a few spotty showers through around lunchtime, and then as we get into the late afternoon into the evening, here comes the front through the evening hours, and that's when we see our best coverage of rain. About a 70-80% coverage of rain for today. Maybe picking up half an inch. Some places maybe a little above that, some places a little bit below that, but generally about a half an inch it looks like. And then that should be out of here as we head towards, say, midnight or so. And by tomorrow morning, the skies will be starting to clear, and it gets chilly. Tomorrow we'll be back down into the 40s, so you'll need the jacket for tomorrow morning. For today, though, I don't think you'll need the jacket really this morning as we jump up into the 60s for later on this afternoon. 80% coverage of rain by later on tonight, and then 20% coverage going into the first part of the overnight. Most of that should be out of here by sunrise tomorrow morning. Temperatures back into the 40s. 7-day forecast shows a little bit cooler the next couple of days thanks to the front. 62 on Wednesday, 61 on Thursday. Thursday morning will be the coldest over the next 7 days. You can see us dropping down into the middle to upper 30s. Should be above the freezing mark on Thursday. And then a nice warm up for your Friday into the weekend. Afternoon highs will be reaching the 70s, right at 70 on Friday, and then lower 70s Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. Chilly, cool mornings, but the afternoons look great for the weekend.
Yeah, looks like a great weekend all around. Certainly looking forward to it. Are we behind on rain? Are we going to
we're about an inch behind.
Okay, that's not so bad.
No,
yeah.
So not too bad at all. If we can pick up another half an inch to maybe an inch for tonight, we'll be right on track.
Oh, that's great news then.
Yep.
All right, I don't have to feel bad about that sunshine.
No.
Thank you, Jeff.
You bet.
And just a reminder, you can download our app at any time to get the latest on the weather. You can check the radar by going to the radar tab in the app. 7:19 right now here on 12 News Plus. Time time for some trending news. Meryl Streep, she is proving why she's the GOAT in the new trailer for The Devil Wears Prada 2.
The new clip was released yesterday after the first film came out 20 years ago. Check this out.
Hello? Well, look what TJ Maxx dragged in.
Sorry, who is this? Do you know her? Do I know her?
I'm Andy Sachs. Andrea.
She was one of the Emilys.
One of the what?
And those aren't the only familiar faces returning.
Am I having a hallucination? Hi, Emily.
You also know her?
We were at Runway at the same time, Miranda.
Really? Where was I?
The movie follows Streep's character as she deals with the decline of print journalism. It's set to hit theaters May 1st.
If you ever want to emulate someone who just doesn't care, go watch that movie and be Meryl Streep.
I don't want to work for anyone like that. All right, Jason Kelce is getting his hands dirty in a new Super Bowl ad for his company, Garage Beer.
Yeah, he and his former teammate, Bo Allen, they're playing the guys who shovel what those Budweiser Clydesdales leave behind. Take a look.
Hey, Kels, you got a little something on your face.
I get it?
No, the other side.
How about now?
You got it.
These beers taste great, but it smells like shit.
Garage Beer gets the job done.
Well, Jason and his brother Travis Kelce, they are co-owners of the company. To check out all those funny Super Bowl ads or to actually watch the Patriots battle the Seahawks, up to you, of course. Tune in this Sunday here on NBC 12. And maybe the next morning on Daybreak, we can see a couple of those funny ads.
I'm sure we'll have that in our show for sure.
All right, well, McDonald's is debuting a new menu item, and you are not going to like it.
Well, most of you won't, we don't think. Get ready for McDonald's first ever McNugget caviar kit. Fans who like pairing their chicken with caviar apparently inspired the idea. The limited edition kits feature premium caviar and will release online starting February 10th.
Didn't realize people pair their chicken with caviar, but I don't know what you eat caviar with.
Hey, you like it, I love it.
There you go.
But I ain't doing it. All right, a raccoon is living its best life in Eastern Europe after being found inside a shipping container that had been shipped from America.
That's right. Officials discovered him while unpacking the huge container in Belarus. He was just chilling on the dashboard. Officials believe the pint-sized stowaway endured the long journey across the ocean with no food or water. They turned him over to the local veterinary specialist who nicknamed him Sinya. He has apparently he's very friendly, and he has a big appetite for grapes and chicken eggs. That guy's a survivor right there. I wonder if he's related to that one who got drunk at the liquor store not long.
Right, them raccoons up to something lately. Talk about a world traveler, huh?
That's right.
All right, 7:23. Jeff will be back with another look at your forecast.
This is a tornado on the ground.
And the roads are slippery.
We have a tropical storm warning.
Look at this water.
Street flooding in Beaumont.
It is going to get extremely cold.
The metal building blew away from a business. Staying safe behind the wheel is imperative.
Find a safe spot, move to an interior room.
Just make sure you're staying safe.
On Weather Impact Alert Days, stream extended coverage on 12 News Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free.
The STEM fields are providing opportunity to be part of the developments that will shape the future, and the Army National Guard is at the forefront of the movement. Soldiers can serve part-time and choose from dozens of science, technology, engineering, and mathematics jobs, working with cutting-edge technology and innovations. And the skills and experience they receive can open doors for them to civilian careers in the STEM world. Join a team that is taking the lead in STEM by talking to a local recruiter or by going to nationalguard.com/careers.
It's time to honor our local educators with the 12 News Golden Apple Awards. Once a month, 12 News will surprise an educational staff member who has gone above and beyond to make a positive impact on the lives of Southeast Texas students. Nominate your educator by going to 12newsnow.com/goldenapple to do your part in showcasing the heroes that make a difference both inside and outside the classroom. The Golden Apple Awards every month on 12 News.
No matter where we start, every mile brings us closer.
And as Texans, we take care of each other along the way. We lend a hand, slow down, and take our time. At the end of the day, we all want to get home safe. Drive like a Texan. Kind, courteous, and safe.
We're working to get more information from Beaumont Police.
Join 12 News weekdays at 6 and 10 p.m., keeping you informed on what matters most.
And keep you safe when weather impacts your day.
Following the excitement with your team.
Covering local issues that matter in your community.
Watch 12 News at 6 and 10 p.m. and stream on 12 News Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free.
At the bus stop this morning, take the umbrella. It's cool. Might be a couple isolated showers all the way through about recess this morning, right around 60 there. Scattered rain on the way home, about 68 degrees. Coastal marine forecast for today, calling for a south wind at 10 to 15 knots. Seas anywhere from 2 to 4 feet, a little choppy on the inland lakes and bays. We'll see some rain starting to develop late this afternoon into this evening. Next high tides at 5:08 for this evening. Our sunset will be at 5:55 this evening. You can see right now at Texas Point, we're seeing a southeasterly wind at 14 to 16, and water temperatures are into the middle 50s. So maybe not the day for the boat, as we'll see that rain start to develop late this morning going into this afternoon and evening.
Coming up on Daybreak here on 12 News Plus, a heads up for Zip bus riders in Beaumont. Big changes coming to Calder Avenue's bus route. We're taking a look at how it could affect traffic.
Plus a big shakeup this year for sports programs at schools across the Golden Triangle. We break down the new UIL realignment numbers and explain what they mean for your favorite high school teams.
Also stick around because we're going to check out the beautiful dogs being shown off at tonight's Westminster Dog Show in New York. Stay tuned for that preview coming up.
And your time, 7:26. We'll have more news and weather in just a few.
All right, good morning, Southeast Texas. Thanks for joining us here on Daybreak on 12 News Plus. I'm Mark Armstrong.
I'm Tia Johnson. It is now 7:30. Let's take a look at your top stories this morning. First up, a former Lone Star Law reality show star is back in jail, this time in Jefferson County. Former Texas game warden Justin Eddins turned himself in Monday morning on a first-degree felony indictment. Prosecutors say he lied on a personal financial statement in September of 2022 to try to get at least $300,000 in credit. This is now the fourth county Eddins faces criminal charges in. Jail records show his bond hasn't been set.
A jury has cleared a Silsbee man of murder, but he is still heading to prison. Bryce Pfeiffer, he was found not guilty of murder in the 2021 shooting death of Jeremiah Grant, but the jury did convict him on 4 other felony charges, including engaging in organized criminal activity. He was sentenced to 10 years. He's going to have to pay $10,000 in fines. Investigators say that other defendants in the case still face serious charges.
Extra cops were on hand at Little Cypress Junior High yesterday after an unspecified threat was made on social media over the weekend. The superintendent said the district followed the code of conduct and had a behavior threat assessment yesterday. They'll consider law enforcement recommendations and decide whether to press charges. All right, let's take a live look outside now from our Roofing 911 Skycam network, looking at orange. Meteorologist Jeff Gerber has the forecast. Jeff, looks like kind of cloudy, rains up there, getting ready to come down, something like that.
What's going on, Jeff?
Yeah, well, we've seen a few spotty showers this morning, but really I think the more widespread rainfall is going to come later on for tonight as the front goes through the area. A lot warmer this morning, 25 degrees warmer than we were yesterday at this time. If you remember back to yesterday morning, we're talking 30s and 20s. This morning, 50s and 60s. So it's a far cry from what we had yesterday. 55 right now in Kirbyville. Woodville's at 57, as well as Jasper. Showing 61 now in Silsbee, 60 in Beaumont, 61 in Port Arthur, and then 59 in Orange. You can see maybe a little bit of a shower there right now as we look to the north, just north of downtown Beaumont, or right here at our 12 News studio. You can see a little bit of a shower there. So there are a few showers around, but they're pretty hit and miss out there for this morning. Like I said, a little bit more in the way of widespread coverage as we head late in the day. We'll see those rain coverages start to increase as we head towards this evening. Temperatures will be in the 60s most of the day, with south winds between about 10 to 15 miles an hour. After today, we shut off the rain all the rest of the week into the weekend, and we start to warm it up for the weekend. We'll look at those numbers coming up in weather.
All right, Jeff. Changes on the way for one of Beaumont's busiest zip bus routes after ongoing delays and traffic congestion created major problems for riders. Zip Beaumont is permanently adjusting the Calder route and moving stops over to Phelan Boulevard. It's all in an effort to cut down on delays caused by trains, construction, and heavy traffic. The route, it's designed to take about an hour. Now, we timed it out yesterday. It took about an hour and 15 minutes.
Now, Zip Beaumont says a permanent reroute could help buses stay on schedule. 12 News reporter Spencer Plato has more on the impact.
It can be difficult sometimes.
Drivers say delays on the Calder route are part of the daily routine.
We run into train, construction, and school zones. We have a lot of delays, especially when it comes down to the trains.
Sadly, common for us to be running late between 15 to 30 minutes every single route.
Beaumont Zip manager Claudia San Miguel says this intersection, along with multiple train crossings, has made it difficult for buses to stay on schedule.
This is the Calder route, and as you can see, we get out of the transfer center, we go out, and you're gonna hit the first tracks right here. We continue, and right now this is the situation we were talking about, the traffic at this intersection with I-10.
Like today, red lights backed up traffic, and a train brought traffic to a standstill in Beaumont's West End.
We're trying to make up for delays caused by the trains. This particular route, the Calder route, we crossed two different tracks, so that's already a challenge for us. Now we have that construction going on at that I-10 and Calder intersection.
To help reduce delays, Beaumont Zip is moving the 6 Calder stops over to Phelan Road. San Miguel says the change will benefit passengers.
What it's going to do is going to be a gain on time, so it's going to reduce the traveling time, which is going to improve the frequency. You're going to see the bus more often.
Approaching Calder and Center. Drivers like Rakinja Charles say the route can be frustrating, but the change will help.
Especially when we strictly on time, it can be. I'm okay with the changes, going down feeling instead.
Zip Beaumont says the last day of service for the current route is February 14th.
And the new stops on Phelan, they're going to go into effect February 16th. Those will be permanent.
409 Sports, brought to you by Golden Triangle Emergency Center, Orange.
The UIL releasing new realignment numbers yesterday for the next 2 years. It's going to cover football, basketball, and volleyball for classes 1A to 6A.
So what does this mean for local schools and their sports programs? 12 News reporter Derek Jones breaking it down in studio.
Mark and Tia, this is something that happens every 2 years. It affects schools right here in the 409 based on school size and means some teams have different opponents from now on. Classifications are determined by enrollment figures submitted by schools, with 6A at the top of the list for schools with 2,215 or more students. On the football side of things, the Port Neches Groves Indians and the Nederland Bulldogs have been moved to Region 3, District 10. That means they'll battle Baytown Lee, Dayton, Galena Park, Santa Fe, and Texas City in district play and will face opponents from District 9 in the bi-district playoffs. In 4A Division 2, the Hardin-Jefferson Hawks will fly back home to a tough district. Hampshire Finette, Jasper, Shepherd, Silsbee, and the state runner-up West Orange Dark Mustangs will all fight for 4 playoff spots next season. If you want to check out the full list, our 409 sports director Brandon Roddy has it all out on his Facebook page. Good luck to all the area teams next season. In studio, Derek Jones, 12 News.
Well, check this out. The dogs are out in full force in New York City. They're all vying for the biggest bone in the yard and the Westminster Kennel Club Dog Show.
ABC's Danny New takes us behind the scenes to see some of the beautiful dogs competing.
Where are we? We're on the floor of Madison Square Garden because guess what? It's Westminster Kennel Club Dog Show number 150. Before a new Best in Show gets crowned tonight, we went behind the scenes at MSG and the Javits Center to meet some of the 3,000 canine contestants for Westminster 150. I love you. I love you. Which I totally handled like a professional. Sir, can I help you? Can I hold this for you? Folks come from all 50 states and more to multitask and get their dog ready for the judge of their respective breed. Ryan and his Afghan hound Joey are from Wisconsin. We also met 16-year-old Mackenzie and her pal Slim from Montana.
About 14 years.
Since you were 2? Mackenzie says she's been grooming dogs for basically her entire life.
You start here and you brush all the way down.
All the way down, yep. Of course, all of the 200 breeds represented have a certain look their owner needs to maintain for the judges. Look at this. How do you maintain this?
You really don't do very much.
Like the Bergamasco sheepdog, which Donna from Pennsylvania says only requires a few baths a year. How does Flambe see?
Well, you sort of take out the hair here a little bit, so there's little tunnels there.
And Flambe the Briard, who has special ponytails when it's not showtime. I'll wear them. And then there are Pomeranians like Gracie here. You're so sweet. I'll give you the world. I'll give you all my money. Oh my God. Who I think just require a lot of love, right?
The giant schnauzer.
But no matter what nerves or pressure these dog lovers might be feeling to win it all, here's what Robin from Michigan says her first time competing has felt like.
I am like in love with it. It's on my calendar for next year, and I'm already saving my pennies.
So the winner gets crowned tonight, and if you can't stay up too late, good news. He or she shall be visiting Good Morning America Wednesday morning, making rounds as champion. In New York, for ABC News, I'm Danny New.
Speaking of critters, Punxsutawney Phil wasn't the only one making predictions on Groundhog Day yesterday. Big Al always has his own thoughts about the weather. He lives over at Gator Country in Finette, right? So this 95-year-old, 13-foot, 4-long alligator made his prediction when he took a bite of a Chick-fil-A sandwich. His handlers say that means spring is coming soon.
This really tells us that it's going to be warm, and when the weather's warm, people come to Gator Country. So we know we better get it in gear around here because the warm temperatures are here, and that brings the crowds.
Because who will ignore a Chick-fil-A sandwich? Well, he decides how long winter will stay in the 409. Up next, a leak is found during NASA's test launch on the Artemis II. What it means for the actual launch just days away. And still ahead, a deposit scam puts an Austin business out of tens of thousands of dollars. The company's warning to others.
You want to feel important. You want to be a part of something bigger, something that matters and can help change things.
You want to feel like you belong. We know.
We felt that way too, and that's why we did something about it.
We aren't just Army National Guard soldiers,
We are normal people just like you.
and together we can make a difference.
Take on your legacy. Visit nationalguard.com to find out more.
409 Sports. To us, it's about so much more than a highlight, wins or losses.
It's the heart that makes up the game, the triumph of the human spirit.
It's agony and victory, diehards and day ones. It can divide or unify a community.
We give you the stats, but then we inspire you with the stories. The unpredictable, unforgettable, and incomparable.
We bring it to you all because sports lives in the 409.
As Texans, we have many reasons to be proud of the Lone Star State. Showing our pride by saying, "Don't mess with Texas," means we gotta step up, walk the walk. Do our part to keep Texas clean. Because after all these years, all these miles, all these traditions, for all us Texans, "Don't mess with Texas" means don't litter.
It's hard to really come to terms with dementia. There are little things that you can't even begin to plan for that happen that you need the early diagnosis for. My mom has done so much for me. There's no way that I wouldn't do the same for her. It's so important to have the conversation with your doctor earlier because you just do not know what the future holds.
Are you at the mercy of your bladder? If leaks are keeping you from living your best life, you should know that it doesn't have to be that way. Incontinence can be treated. Don't wait to get the help you deserve. The National Association for Continence is a nonprofit organization that's helped millions get on the path to a life without leaks. Visit nafc.org now to download your free pelvic floor muscle training kit and become the boss of your bladder.
Welcome back. We have an update on NASA's Artemis II test launch just days ahead of the actual launch. During yesterday's dress rehearsal, engineers detected a liquid hydrogen leak while fueling the rocket. The mission will send 4 astronauts on a journey around the moon and will test critical systems needed for future moon landings. NASA now says all liquid hydrogen and liquid oxygen levels are steady. If it all goes well, a targeted liftoff could be announced in the coming days, with the earliest launch date set for February 8th, this Super Bowl Sunday.
Cloudy skies out there. Actually have some rain. You can actually see it here on our Roofing 911 Live Skycam network just north of Beaumont, and it's moving through northern parts of Jefferson County, southern Hardin County. This camera brought to you by Mid-County Plumbing, but a few showers out there this morning. It's really going to be later on as we head towards this evening that we'll see a little bit more in the way of some widespread rainfall, but a few spotty showers for this morning. Temperatures right now, we're trying to work up into the lower 60s in Port Arthur at 61, Beaumont's at 60, and then Silsbee's at 61. We're showing 59 right now in Orange. Then middle 50s up towards Jasper and Kirbyville, 57 in Woodville. As we look at radar, you can see scattered showers trying to develop across East Texas, over into Louisiana, Arkansas, and even into Mississippi. There's the cold front to our north and west. That's not coming through until later on this evening into the overnight, and that will bring us a little bit better coverage of rain. But right now, we do have some spotty showers here and there. We'll take you up towards that 190 corridor. You can see a few showers north of Newton or in between Jasper and Newton, right along 190 there. Maybe a couple of little heavy downpours. Not much going on in Tyler County. Jasper County, maybe a few spotty showers here and there. Drop down to the triangle. That's the rain we were seeing on the camera here at our 12 News studios. You can see, looks like as you leave the north end of Beaumont, not quite to Lumberton, there are a little bit of light rain showers. Looks like it's going to drift over towards Pine Forest and maybe Vida there a little bit later on here in the next half hour or so. So traveling from Lumberton down to Beaumont, you might run into a little bit of that. But nothing too widespread out there for this morning. We'll have a few hit and miss showers through the morning. And then as we get in towards mid to late afternoon, that's when we start to see things pick up. Matter of fact, Futurecast really showing the widespread rain coverage as we head towards 7, 8, 9 o'clock for tonight. That's when the front's going to be pushing through. Head of the front, we'll get into the upper 60s today. Then behind the front, things will start to clear out as we head towards sunrise tomorrow morning. Temperatures dropping down into the 40s, so it's going to be a chilly start tomorrow morning. Here's a look at your forecast for today. Mostly cloudy, 80% coverage. Like I said, the bulk of that's going to be this evening. Temperatures this afternoon in the upper 60s, and then tonight, just a couple of showers lingering past midnight. Generally mostly cloudy, eventually clearing out towards tomorrow morning. Temperatures in the 40s. 7-day forecast shows no more rain the rest of this week into early next week. We'll see temperatures a little bit cooler Wednesday, Thursday in the lower 60s, and then we'll see lower 70s starting Friday all the way through Monday. So looking really nice on our 7-day forecast once we get past Thursday. And looks like temperatures are going to be either chilly or cold most mornings, 40s, and maybe even a 30 there on Thursday morning, around 37. That'll be the coldest morning over the next 7.
I like it. I like it all around. I've been saying that all morning long, and that's what I'm going to say for the rest of the week, because it's going to be a great weekend.
Yeah, 70s and some sunshine for the weekend. We'll take that.
All right. Thank you, Jeff.
You bet.
Now to traffic alerts for drivers in Jefferson County. There will be alternating lane closures on Highway 90 from FM 365 to Henderson Avenue through Friday. Crews will be repairing concrete from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. And then in Liberty County, there will be alternating lane closures on Highway 321 from the 105 bypass to County Road 316 through next Saturday. Crews will be installing traffic signs and restriping the road from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. An Austin technology business is warning others after losing nearly $80,000 to a scam.
Yeah, bank officials say scammers hacked the account of a woman in her 90s. They then used her money to buy more than $78,000 in Apple devices from CTS Mobility. Now, the scammers, they waited 30 days and reversed those deposits, leaving CTS without their money or the merchandise. While the elderly woman, she did get her money back, the business did not. Company executives say this sophisticated scheme cost them time and money.
I think one of the challenges is that there was a bit of social engineering with this, because they were introduced to us, the first person was introduced through a trusted partner.
Unfortunately, the laws that protect consumers from bank fraud, they don't offer the same protection for businesses.
And a reminder, we're exactly 1 month out from the March 3rd primary election, and early voting begins in just 2 weeks. That's on February 17th. For other details and more important dates, visit votetexas.gov. This morning, we're getting a look at how much money the Texas Senate candidates have on hand as we enter the final month before the March primaries.
According to federal filings, Democratic State Representative James Tallarico's campaign has about $1.5 million more in their war chest than Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett's. Keep in mind, he launched his campaign about 3 months earlier than she did. He appeared on ABC's The View yesterday to talk about this primary race.
You know, Congresswoman Crockett is my friend.
Yeah.
I have deep love and respect for her. She is a leader in our state. And I've said before that if she wins this nomination, I will be behind her 1,000%. And I will do everything I possibly can to get her over the finish line. We're on the same team, Jasmine and I.
Yeah.
We're trying to change the politics of our state and take back this country.
And on the Republican side, U.S. Senator John Cornyn, he has about $5.6 million to spend. He is the incumbent, of course, while Attorney General Ken Paxton has about $3.6 million, and Congressman Wesley Hunt about $778,000.
Meanwhile, Texas was at the center of a political earthquake this weekend after a Democrat pulled off a stunning upset in a runoff election for a state Senate seat. This was in northern Tarrant County in the Fort Worth area. Daniel Perrault with our sister station breaks down the shocking win in a solidly red Senate district.
An upset sending shockwaves through Texas politics after Democrat Taylor Raymond defeated Republican Lee Wamsgans.
This was a complete overturning of the apple cart in Tarrant County politics.
It's the latest in a string of surprising wins for Democrats.
Voters who historically have voted for Republicans were persuaded
to cross over and vote for a Democrat in this election.
Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick and other top Republicans pushed heavily for Wamsgons. On Sunday, President Trump, who endorsed her, distanced himself.
I'm not involved in that. That's a local Texas race.
But in the last few days, Trump posted about the race 3 times on Truth Social, urging Texans to vote and heaping praise on Wamsgons.
She called herself a mad MAGA mama bear, and that really didn't resonate with most of the people in the district.
Patrick called the results a wake-up call for Republicans across Texas, writing, "Our voters cannot take anything for granted." Ramett will serve in the seat for the next 11 months. The two are expected to face off again in November for a full 4-year term.
I think Greg Abbott should be shaking in his boots.
Texas Democratic Party Chair Kendall Scudder says the results show voters are souring on President Trump and Republicans. He says Ramett, a union president and Air Force veteran, won by standing with working Texans and focusing on what mattered to them.
They aren't getting what they want out of their government after 30 years of Republicans running Texas into the ground, and they're ready for a change in direction.
Democrats are hoping it's a sign of what's to come in the midterm elections later this year.
I think it really creates an environment where 2026 is going to be interesting here in Texas and across the country.
That was Daniel Perrault reporting. There are some important caveats here. Special elections aren't always predictive of the regularly scheduled elections, in part because turnout is much lower for them. This runoff had less than 100,000 voters. The November election will also have 2 big races at the top of the ballot for U.S. Senate and the governor's mansion.
Well, tonight on 12 News at 10, AI, it's changing everything, even the justice system. Lawyers are now using artificial intelligence to sift through the mountains of evidence, but what if the information they get back isn't real?
We're seeing judges issue orders prohibiting the use of AI.
We're talking about fake documents, false facts, and courts scrambling to keep up. A former federal prosecutor and tech attorneys are weighing in. A powerful tool or a risky shortcut? Cameron Burchett, she is sharing the truth about AI in the courtroom tonight at 10, only on 12 News. And we're taking a live look here above Jasper, and we're going to have more news and weather in your morning rush out. It is 7:51 right now on your Tuesday morning here on 12 News Plus.
From Dallas to Houston, San Antonio to Austin, it's the news that moves all of Texas. Texas News Now. One power-packed hour with enough Texas news to fill a 10-gallon hat. Your top headlines, weather alerts, and big travel updates. No matter where you're headed, across town or across the state, we've got Texas covered. Texas News Now, weekdays noon, only on 12 News Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free.
To the spot welders and forklift drivers, to the pipeline technicians and plant operators, to the chemists, custodians, and contractors, and the engineers, pilots, and wellhead pumpers. To the people working day after day, keeping our Power City rolling, 12 News is telling your stories.
Extended the temporary restraining order.
When industry news breaks, we're on the front lines, digging into the issue, filtering out rumors, and giving you the facts, direct from inside sources.
Lamar is working to protect Power City from hackers.
Taking on the story from all sides and all angles with award-winning coverage.
The company filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy.
Southeast Texas is a Power City, and we're bringing the power to you. 12 News, putting Southeast Texas first.
This is a tornado on the ground.
And the roads are slippery.
We have a tropical storm warning.
Look at this water.
Street flooding in Boma.
It is going to get extremely cold.
The metal building blew away from a business.
Staying safe behind the wheel is imperative.
Find a safe spot, move to an interior room.
Just make sure you're staying safe.
On Weather Impact Alert Days, stream extended coverage on 12 News Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free.
No matter where we start, every mile brings us closer. And as Texans, we take care of each other along the way. We lend a hand, slow down, and take our time. At the end of the day, we all want to get home safe. Drive like a Texan. Kind, courteous, and safe.
Welcome back to Daybreak here on 12 News Plus, 7:54 right now on your Tuesday morning. It's time for your morning rush out.
There's everything you need to know as you start your day. The body of a 75-year-old man was found on a lot in Beaumont yesterday across the street from St. Anthony's Cathedral Basilica. Police and EMS were sent there for a welfare check. They haven't said if they suspect foul play, only that the investigation is in its early stages.
A Galveston man was sentenced to 6 years in prison after pleading guilty to injuring a 66-year-old woman unprovoked in Port Arthur last May. Now, court records are showing that 43-year-old Avery DeSalle appeared to be in some sort of medical distress when the victim offered to call for help. Investigators say that DeSalle hit her when she said that was all she could do for him. He's still in custody.
Beaumont City Council set to consider 2 funding requests today, including a nearly $2 million grant for Alice Keith Park. The grant is through Texas Parks and Wildlife and is sponsored by Representative Christian Manuel. They'll also consider applying for federal justice grant money to help support the mayor's new coalition to help reduce violence.
Need the umbrella today. We'll see scattered showers out there today, especially as we head towards this evening. That's when we'll see our best coverage of some rain as the front goes through. Going to be mild today in the upper 60s, and then we get cooler for the next few days, even though the sun will break out. Highs only in the 60s for Wednesday and Thursday. Thursday morning looks cold at 37. Then look at that weekend. Highs in the lower 70s, plenty of sunshine, lows in the 40s and 50s. Looking pretty good.
Also pretty good. An exciting week here on 12 News as we welcome a familiar face, Nick Canizales. He joined our night side team to anchor the 5 and co-anchor the 6 and 10 p.m. shows with Cladra Rhodes. We're excited to have him join our team for his 3rd time at 12 News. And if Nick isn't a familiar face, or if you just want to know more, you can watch a special Q&A session he did with Cladra with a guest appearance from Chief Meteorologist Patrick Vaughn. It's streaming now on 12 News Plus. Download for free and watch on your TV.
Great to have Nick back. You know, he's been
Nick
here.
who?
Nick who? Yeah, you don't even remember the guy.
You worked with him.
He was on this show for a couple of years.
The other tall guy.
Yeah. That's true.
We're glad to have him back.
Yeah.
And thanks so much for watching Daybreak here on 12 News Plus.
Be sure to tune in midday at 11 a.m.
Have a great day, everybody.